After a quarter century of anticipation, Blue Origin has finally achieved what seemed to be a distant dream, reaching orbit with their New Glenn rocket. This is a monumental milestone for the company, marking a transition from suborbital missions to true space exploration. But as is often the case with spaceflight, this victory comes with its own set of challenges. Reports suggest that while the mission achieved orbit, the booster may have been lost during its landing attempt. This development raises pressing questions. What exactly happened during the flight? What does this mean for Blue Origin's ambitions to compete with SpaceX? And what about the other major players in the space industry, like Stoke Space, which just secured $200 million to develop their innovative launch systems? Let's break it all down, starting with the historic New Glenn flight. After years of delays and technical challenges, New Glenn finally lifted off at 2:03 a.m. Eastern Time. The rocket's 7 BE-4 engines roared to life, generating an astonishing 3.85 million pounds of thrust. That's more than half the power of NASA's iconic Saturn V, and about 1/4 of the thrust produced by SpaceX's Starship. The liftoff was flawless, with the rocket soaring skyward into the night sky. New Glenn passed Max Q, the point of maximum aerodynamic stress, without a hitch. Stage separation occurred as planned, and the second stage, powered by the BE-3U engine, continued its ascent, eventually deploying its payload and reaching orbit. This was a monumental achievement for Blue Origin, and the company confirmed key mission milestones after the fact. However, the fate of the first stage booster remains a mystery. Data from the booster stopped updating shortly after engine cutoff, leaving its final moments shrouded in uncertainty. At the time, the booster was traveling at over 4,200 miles per hour at an altitude of 84,000 feet, rapidly approaching the drone ship where it was supposed to land. Interestingly, Blue Origin's mission tracker completely skipped over the landing burn and touchdown phases. This omission suggests that the booster may have encountered issues during re-entry or landing. While the orbital mission was a success, the inability to recover the booster could impact Blue Origin's plans for reusability, a cornerstone of cost-effective space exploration. Even with this setback, we must acknowledge the significance of this achievement. Reaching orbit on a maiden flight is a remarkable feat, one that very few companies have managed to accomplish. Elon Musk himself congratulated Jeff Bezos on X, recognizing the difficulty of such a complex mission. But let's not forget Blue Origin's history of delays and challenges leading up to this moment. Weather-related postponements are one thing, but Blue Origin has also faced recurring technical issues. For example, an earlier attempt was delayed due to ice forming in a purge line connected to the rocket's hydraulic system. These kinds of reliability issues need to be addressed if Blue Origin hopes to compete with SpaceX, which has set the gold standard for launch frequency and reliability. Speaking of SpaceX, let's pivot to their latest developments. Here's what's on the agenda: deploying a payload for the first time, reusing Raptor engines, performing a second engine relight in space, and catching the booster with the Mechazilla arms for a second time. On top of that, they're testing new re-entry systems and avionics. Even Elon Musk tempered expectations, saying, "Obviously, these are aspirations, not predictions. We'll be happy if even some of them succeed." This pragmatic approach underscores how groundbreaking and risky this mission is. SpaceX is known for its methodical approach to testing, and ensuring optimal conditions is critical for such a complex mission. And despite this setback, SpaceX's overall progress remains nothing short of astonishing. Preparations are already underway for the next test flight, Flight 8. Just this week, the Starship S-34 prototype was transported from the factory to the Massey test site for cryogenic testing. Meanwhile, its companion booster, B-15, has completed its own cryogenic tests and is currently undergoing engine installation. If all goes according to plan, Flight 8 could take off as early as February. This relentless pace is what sets SpaceX apart. They're not just innovating, they're iterating at a speed that the rest of the industry struggles to match. Now let's shift our focus to Stoke Space, a rising star in the aerospace industry. On January 15th, the company announced a $200 million Series C funding round, bringing their total funding to an impressive $450 million. Stoke Space is working on Nova, a fully reusable medium-lift rocket with some truly innovative features. One of the most groundbreaking is its actively cooled metallic re-entry heat shield. This technology enables rapid reuse, potentially slashing turnaround times between launches. The company has also successfully tested its Zenith engine, a full-flow staged combustion system, at their Washington facility. With this new funding, Stoke Space plans to develop Launch Complex 14 at Cape Canaveral, which will be crucial for scaling their operations. While Stoke Space is still in its early stages, their focus on reusability and innovative design could position them as a serious contender in the industry. So where does this leave us? Blue Origin has finally reached orbit, but questions remain about their ability to reliably recover boosters and maintain a competitive pace. SpaceX continues to push the boundaries of what's possible, despite occasional delays, and Stoke Space is quietly building a foundation for the next generation of spaceflight technology. The competition in the space industry is heating up, and the stakes have never been higher. Will Blue Origin be able to address their reliability issues and emerge as a true competitor to SpaceX? Will SpaceX's ambitious objectives for Starship Flight 7 set new standards for space exploration? And could a newcomer like Stoke Space disrupt the industry entirely with their innovative approach? The answers to these questions will shape the future of space exploration. What's clear is that we're living through an extraordinary era of innovation and discovery. The journey to the stars has never been more thrilling, and there's so much more to come. As the space race continues to heat up, the recent developments from Blue Origin, SpaceX, and Stoke Space underscore the incredible momentum driving humanity's push beyond Earth. Blue Origin's milestone of reaching orbit with New Glenn marks a new era for the company, even as questions linger about booster recovery and reliability. This success places them closer to becoming a serious contender in the industry. But the road ahead is far from smooth. Meanwhile, SpaceX's relentless pursuit of innovation with Starship Flight 7 showcases their unparalleled ambition and engineering prowess. Even with weather delays, their rapid pace of iteration and focus on groundbreaking objectives keep them at the forefront of space exploration. At the same time, Stoke Space's innovative approach and substantial funding highlight the growing influence of newer players in this evolving landscape. Their focus on reusability and cutting-edge technology is a reminder that the next breakthrough in spaceflight could come from unexpected quarters. Together, these developments paint a vivid picture of an industry undergoing rapid transformation, where competition is fierce and the stakes have never been higher. The achievements of today are setting the stage for the breakthroughs of tomorrow, pushing humanity closer to a future where space travel is routine, sustainable, and transformative. As the industry grows more dynamic, one thing remains clear. The race to the stars is only just beginning, and the journey ahead promises to be as thrilling as it is monumental. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash subscribe for more jaw-dropping space updates, and join us as we embark on a cosmic journey like never before.